Morning guys, Mon here. Today I want to talk about my Grendel build and what it's up to, what it can do, how it's built, and everything you need to know about it. However, first of all I want to start by showcasing the character a bit. In one of the bigger events of the Frost March, at the end there will be a world boss fight, so if you don't want to get spoiled on those, you just skip that. However, we'll just go through that quickly. We are playing on normal difficulty here, just for the showcase of how the character is working. I have played most of the story, the full story, and many of the endgame bosses on heroic with this character and build, and it worked fairly well. I have now, for farming purposes, lowered the difficulty so it's just faster, because some items are very time consuming to get. They need like 50 plus boss kills for some stuff. You just want to go for time there. However, the character is very much capable of doing all content on heroic solo. Here we have to care for a moment, because there's a bug in this encounter that when I kill the hollow husk here too quickly, there is another one spawning and instantly dying together with it. There, this one. And then it only counts as one kill and we cannot complete the event. So if you just jump in there, one-shot it, can happen that the event is not completable. A bit low here. Really watching my HP. So the general idea of the character, as I can show at the boss fight in a moment, is that we run into the enemy, load up our weapon ability, break the enemy with the tremor and the leap attack, and then go to finish him off with our weapon ability and heal back up if it's a very strong enemy. Like this one has a load health, like 500k, and he has a lot of break. Oh my god. Done him in a while. Also, you can... Okay, you can't on this boss. For most bosses, you can... Concentrate a bit here. You can ignore a lot of movement abilities, like a lot of pushing with your weapon ability, so that you can use it as some form of CC immunity. Yeah, as you can see, here I am using a general two-handed combo, which is like after half a combo, like before. Oh my god, holy fuck. Interesting, I was just CC'd there. Okay, you should not set in that. So the boss can CC you and then just slam you. Haven't done it in a while. Interesting. I have done him on heroic solo, so this is kind of embarrassing. But yeah, world bosses are not resetting on death. I should not go in there. So he's spawning these balls that follow you. Then what? Let's CC you for a long time, and there we go. But yeah, overall the idea is to hit an enemy with this combo, because you can just keep it up infinitely. Just alternating heavy attack and heavy attack and light attack after like half a combo. So you can start off with light attack, heavy attack, and then just alternate further and keep the combo going. When you want to break, you just break the enemy and then go with the weapon ability to heal back up. That's the general idea of the character. And yeah, let's take a look at the actual character. So overall, Grendel is a high damage dealing character that can reach high HP numbers, but the mitigations, if you are not focusing on that, aren't that great. So even though it looks fairly tanky, it really isn't, as you have seen. Yeah. And another problem is the very low resilience. I currently have 2.3k, but I do believe there's a buff going there. Usually I have less. Oh, actually no, my new, I just remember, my new accessory set does have resilience, so we now are at 2.3k. Usually, most of the time I was below 1k resilience, which meant that a lot of very light attacks could stagger you until you were using the ultimate, because the ultimate makes you immune to break damage. However, let's take a look at the actual stuff I am using. For the armor set, you want to use the highest weapon power you have available. When you have all pieces, it's the Bone Sword chest, Night War gloves, Mace War Veteran shoulders, Mace War Veteran base, and the Winter War helmet. That's pretty much the set you want to use at the end game when you have all the pieces unlocked. For the accessories, there is quite a few options. So I would start out with just the Bone Doll, no, not the Bone Doll, the Bone Doll. Bone Doll gives weapon power and the Last Breath. These two just give a lot of weapon power, and then you put anything in there as a third. Until you have those, just use what you have with either high life, weapon power, or just good combinations you feel like suiting your character right now. Like accessories you will have to replace a lot overall. However, the first endgame set you can use is the Beastmaster set, which consists of the Feather of War and the, where is it, Fang of the Beast. Scroll around a bit. Here, can find it. I'm so bad at finding specific items. The Fang of the Beast, which both drop from the Beastmaster drop in the woods. You have to farm them on the normal hunt and not the mythic hunt later on, because the mythic hunt does not seem to drop them. I have tried about 100 runs without seeing one. The third piece of this set, the Master's Horn. Where is it? Why am I so blind today? It's insane. Somewhere. Okay, the third piece of the set, the Master's Horn, is crafted at the vendor. So if you if you've gotten the other two pieces, you can craft the Master's Horn. Then, if you want to upgrade further, the best set you can use is the Myth of the Blood set. This set drops from the 38 Mythic Hunts. None of these pieces are craftable, and the Ancestral Elden Ring is incredibly rare. However, farmable. I have done, I think, 75 runs, something like that, to get the ring. So yeah, it will take a while, but it is definitely worth. The set is extremely strong, with good amount of resilience, weapon power, and health, which are the most important stats for the character. Like, weapon power and health specifically are extremely good. Then for echoes, you pretty much just want weapon power. For the attack slots, weapon power is your main goal. You can go weapon power, break power second as well. It's quite decent, because you want to reach like 4 to 5k break power to quickly break mythic bosses. Then for balance, you want weapon power and health, or weapon power and resilience. Both are very good. And for defense, you just want health. Your cross echo slots, again, are just weapon power. And, I mean, there is quite a bit, but weapon power should be the focus. Weapon power break, weapon power mech defense, there's some really good ones. Weapon power health, I do believe, exists as well, but I'm not sure about that. And then the last slot is the rush echo slot. One that you should always use is Equilibrium, because the stamina is just very, very good for rolling and blocking, which you should use a whole lot more than I do. And then you just want like rush echoes that scale with weapon ability, with weapon damage. So In the end game, Mythic Azrak the Deathless is one of the strongest in the game. It has an extremely good conversion of 450% with a 15 seconds cooldown. This is pretty much the best rush echo uptime on damage you can have. It's just the best echo. Then there is Azar Storm of Blades, which is very good as well. It has the same damage, but and even a lower cooldown, but it's not like as reliable in my opinion. But it is more or less on par with Atra, but I'd say it's slightly worse, but still very, very good. And as third, I take Sliver, or Sliver, however you want to call him. This one has a higher cooldown, and but a higher conversion. However, it does not have a great AoE. It's just that when you're in combat, you make a dodge roll, you turn invisible, and the next hit is getting amplified by your weapon power. And the weapon power is increased by 500%. That is how you get insane numbers like 250,000 weapon power, but I have not found a great way to abuse it so far. I've tried around a bit, but overall it's a pretty damn good echo. And yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know about the echoes. For the abilities, you just want 3 points in the ultimate and 3 points in Mighty Leap. I have 1 point here, but it's irrelevant. These just don't really do anything because we don't have the points to get to a level 2 here, which would be pretty decent, but not great overall. Then we've got the affinities. We want 25 points in Discipline and 16 points in Instinct. However, due to how bad this perk is, because we don't really use Whirlwind, we want to put 5 points into Discipline, then 15 points in Instinct, and then 25 Discipline. Because Battleborn is great, these both are good. They give you just increased damage, increased break damage, reduce damage taken, and increased damage if you break enemies, increased weapon power, and this one just gives 20% increased damage from a heat of the battle combo meter, which fills up when hitting enemies. In focus, we don't really go at all. Then for the talents, you want to start with Resolve, go for Unstoppable, Grim Devotion, grab the Attack Echo slot, go to Ways of War, and finish off with Vengeance. This pretty much is the entire build. You can, of course, use different weapons, but for Bloodsong, I just like that it's a very, very good DPS weapon. It has great combos with the alternating heavy and light attack. Just too stupid to get into it. Can't I? Stupid. This. Am I dumb? Here. Just very, very good DPS. And the weapon ability is just very, very helpful in Mythic hands, because you can go into a Mythic hand. I can just show, it would be fairly interesting, I think. So go into a Mythic hand, deal a lot of DPS, break the enemy, heal back up, and go for the next combo, and don't have to like get out of the fight. The difficulty going to be so embarrassing if I die now. And usually you can, on the higher end of the years, like actually what we do, would go for sure. Haven't done the boss a lot, so this is let's see how it goes. We see. I just want to show heroic difficulty, one of the strongest bosses in the game from Mythic Hunt power rating wise. Some of the other bosses are more difficult. Like, I think Beastmaster is one of the most difficult bosses for some builds. Just due to how the add mechanic works. When you put him down and then he just spawns ads and you can't really do much about it. But overall, the idea here is to get an early break. You're invisible. Here I want to get my weapon ability up before breaking. Now I go into break, go with the weapon ability, and then try to just finish him off. See, that's what I was talking about. I haven't done this on Mythic, so yeah. Not into that fight. But yeah, you see the general idea of the fight. Oh, embarrassing, I'm so bad right now. I have played on lower difficulty for a while due to farming purposes, so I'm not used to enemies dealing so much damage. And you heal back up, deal damage, and hopefully don't die in the second phase. Holy shit, it just touched me for like 50% HP. Okay, we're not finishing this, I just... The video will be way too long. Actually, he didn't reset, we can finish him. I'm just too stupid for the fight right now, I'm sorry. Oh, there's a dot ground at the side where I broke him. This is so bad. Always a good idea to show off on bosses you haven't done before. No. No, I should learn the fight before trying it on a rogue. And just dragging it on. Whatever. You've seen how the character plays on the world boss and such. I leave with being embarrassed here, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions about Grendel and want another great showcase of dying to a boss multiple times, then see you on the next one.